Hello everybody. If you remember from yesterday, me and Mick were pulling those up, and those are parsnips. Now we got a couple of good ones, and we got some mutant ones. That's a mutant one there, if you remember him. He's like a face hugger, him off Alien, isn't he? It's a cracker. And but they're all edible. So what I thought I'd do is, I said yesterday we were taking these for our bank holiday feast, and we are. And so I'm going to show you how to do honey roast parsnips, which we're going to be having with the feast. I might show you a few other bits and pieces, but we've got a bountiful harvest off the plots this year. When I say this year, this is our first year. We've only been doing it, as you know, probably if you're a subscriber, you'll know that we've only been doing it for the last 6 months, and we're getting veg galore off it. Look at this one. This is just let me pause this for a sec. How's that for a courgette? Eh? That's a courgette. That's not a marrow. That is a courgette. And now I have not grown that. One of the other lads has grown it, but he left it up at the top near the brew shed on the plots, and he left about 4 there for people to pick up, and that was one of them. But that was the biggest one of them, and that's a courgette. That's a courgette that's about 20 inches long. Beauty, isn't it? So anyway, we're on about parsnips today. So what I'm going to show you is step by step what you need to do to prepare them, cook them and eat them. You know how to eat them. You use your mouth and your choppers. That was a cheeky fly then, a naughty fly. So yeah, first of all we want to give them a good scrubbing, a good wash. And once they've been scrubbed and washed, we'll peel them. Washed and scrubbed, all peeled and skinned. Of course, children, we were hunting for dwarf albino elephants, and those are the trunks that we've taken as trophies. So now you quarter up the big ones, so you cut them into quarters, so you get 4 big chips off the big ones. And with the little ones, we've just halved them. So essentially they are like big, crude looking weird chips. Yeah? Next step is coming right up, and it's to boil them. So yeah, with these, I know these Yorkshire puddings have just appeared at the top, haven't they? I don't know where they came from, but there they are. For these, we're going to put them into boiling water for about 8 to 10 minutes, so they get sort of fork soft. Your fork will go in them, but not too soft, because we don't want to fully boil them before we roast them afterwards. So you're parboiling them. I like to parboil them a little bit longer than normal people, because I like that really soft centre. And then when we stick them in the oven to roast off in the oil, which we'll be showing you later, get that as a nice high heat. So yeah, I'll show you that bit in a second or two, but I'm going to put these into the boiling water now with a bit of salt. So it's about 4 to 5 turns of salt in there, into the boiling water for about 8 to 10 minutes. Yep, into the pan. And this will be a delicate trick now to get the lid. Watch this. Watch as I mess this up. So yeah, so we'll leave them boiling in there for about 8 to 10 minutes. Once they get to the boil, that is, anyway. Not quite at the boil yet. So we'll let them get to the boil and then leave them for, I would say, about 8 minutes. And that's the kind of salt we're using as well. Other salts are available. We're going to glaze them as part of the glaze with that, which is local honey, Lancashire honey. Although it's not strictly Lancashire. Greater Manchester, Worsley. So we're being conned. But it is nice honey, that. Okay, so once the parsnips have parboiled, which isn't far away now actually, we're not far off that stage. They've been in for about 5 or 6 minutes now, so a couple of minutes time they'll be ready. Sorry about that, I had to pause it because the little farmer came in. Which would have been no bad thing, I know, but the house is a mess. And I filmed his face, looking happy about the mess. So yeah, into that I've just put some of our own dried rosemary into the pan at the bottom. And also we're going to put rapeseed oil. Now we don't use olive oil for high temperature cooking because it's volatile above about 180 degrees. So don't fry with it. I was told by an old Sicilian herbalist, believe it or not, in Sicily, that it's actually quite bad for you when you cook with it at high temperatures. Now I don't know whether that's right or not, but it's what I've heard. So we don't use it. We use British oilseed rape, which is in here, and that's going to go into there, which I'll do now. Yeah. As well as that, we're going to put the Lancashire honey. So just bear with us 1 second. Yeah, so just bear with me 1 second. About the same again of that lovely runny Lancashire honey. Some people put different herbs in with it. In fact, I'll put a little bit more. Shouldn't really, but we like that. I'll just give that a lick. Oh, that's nice, that. That's proper lovely honey, that. Okay, so in there, we put that. Now we give it a nice stir around. Get it all mixing in together. So we've got the oil and the honey and the rosemary. I think people use like thyme and stuff like that, but I like the flavour of rosemary, and the boys like rosemary as well. I'm not too sure that they're keen on thyme, to be fair. And as this is for all 4 of us, myself, the mini digger, the little farmer, and the lady farmer, then it's got to be suitable for all tastes within the household. Rosemary's nice anyway, I like rosemary. Okay, so there we are, we boiled them, but only part boiled them. They are pretty soft, but they've got a bit of firmness to them as well. So I'm going to hand them over to the official cameraman. Hand you over to the official cameraman, who is the little farmer. Come here, little farmer. Look up at Daddy. Look at his face. I'll show you a picture of the little farmer. There's his little face. Look at the camera. Hello, little farmer. How are you today?
Good.
Are you going to be the cameraman?
Yeah.
Good. So the little farmer wants to be the demonstrator and not the filmer. So what he's doing now is he's scoring the sides all the way around, like that.
It's one complete.
One complete. So we get another?
I mean 2.
2 complete, yeah. Because I did the first, didn't I?
Yeah.
Try that one. And what that does is when we put the sauce on, which is what we've got in the pan, as you'll see in a minute, it gets into the flesh a little bit of the parsnips, and it crisps them all up when they're being roasted.
I don't really know what we're actually making, but
we're making honey roasted parsnips today.
For tea.
For tea.
It's good.
For our bank holiday tea. So as he continues to do that, I'll catch you in 2 minutes.
Can you get...
Sorry about that. You'll either be catching this as episode 2, or I'll have learned how to edit videos together by the time you see this, because the battery went on the phone. So what we've done since then, well, it's been charging. It takes a while to charge up, unfortunately, the phone. It's a cracking phone, cracking camera, but you unfortunately need to put power in it to make it work. So all I've done since then is the mix that we made. I put some salt into it. So you've got the rapeseed oil, you've got the honey, you've got the rosemary, and you've got the salt in there. So yeah, that's all we've done, and we've coated them both sides, just turned them around, give them a swish round, making sure they're all coated up, and they're ready now to go into the oven. So I'm going to put some more charge into the phone, so hopefully don't lose it, and that'll be either part 2, or if I've edited right, it'll be part parsnip. Alright, so that's about 15 minutes in, and I've just turned them. I like to turn them about 15 minutes in. You stick them in for about half an hour. Gas mark 5, it's about 215 degrees, something like that. And they're just got to go back in now. If this isn't all in the same episode, then it might not even go up this. But if it is, great stuff. But the battery keeps going on this every time I keep using it. So bear with us, please. And I hope you're enjoying the show. So yeah, this is the calabrese broccoli, and a little head of cauliflower that I pulled off from the plot last night. I think you saw the calabrese in the bucket when I was with Mick yesterday, but the actual cauliflower I don't think you saw. It was only a little one, and it's in those top beds, the new beds that I put in about 8 weeks ago. Now they'd already had about a 3 or 4 week start, so they were coming, but they're not big enough yet. They need to grow a bit more, but they're about the size of that at the moment. There's about 12 in, but I'll let the other ones carry on. But I'll take them as they're coming, so that we're not wasting anything. Don't like wasting anything. These are a bit small to take, really. It was a little head. As I say, it was about the size of that, but it's doing the job. And that's going to be enough for us with the broccoli as well, because we're going to have about half of that broccoli, the calabrese, and that's going in with the mix for our tea. Alright, see you in a bit. Yeah, so we've got the carrots there. The carrots are shop bought, I will admit. Everything else is off the plot. So those potatoes are a mixture of the Jazzy and the Charlotte that we pulled off last night. Those are the dwarf French beans that we pulled off last night, but those are shop bought. Everything else isn't. The only reason that those are shop bought is because we didn't do any carrots, or rather we did do carrots, but we didn't do them the correct way, and they were like little stubby things. But yeah, there we go. That's where we're at. So all that's going in the mix. We've got some potatoes that I'm going to be doing mash with. In fact, the carrots I'm going to mix with those potatoes, I think. Not those particular potatoes, but those ones in here. I'm making it right, bloody mess. Oh, they're not in there. Hang on a minute. They're actually in here, which are the King Eddies, the little King Eddies. I gave some of these away to the guy at the Asda's yesterday, because we had about £20 of these. These are off Mix Plot, these ones, but we're going to mash these up and put them in with the carrots. Okay. So yeah, the spuds are in, beginning to cook up, and then once they've been boiling for about 5 minutes, I'll just put these on then, which is your calabrese and your cauliflower, and lastly the dwarf French beans, which have been chopped, and the carrots. Oh, the peas. I've got the peas. I'll put the peas in as well. Okay. And there's the honey roast parsnips. And they're absolutely beautiful, them. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know whether the camera's picking that up, but it's a nice golden yellow colour on those parsnips. And I've just had one of the little ones off that, and they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Really soft, a little bit crispy on the outside, but not too crispy. I am going to put them back in, I think, for a couple more minutes just to crisp them up a little bit. But yeah, they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous then. Okay. And there we go. Now, it may not be a winner, but it's certainly a chicken dinner. And all that remains to do to that is put my award-winning gravy, which is famous in these parts, in the correct location, which is here. Drizzled. Over the meat. Superb! Now, the only thing that hasn't come off that plot is the carrots. As I said before, everything else has come off the yin-yang. So we've got the cauliflower, the broccoli, or calabrese rather, the French beans, the potatoes and carrots which we mashed together. So we got a couple of King Eddies and 3 carrots. I think there's 3 small King Edwards and 3 carrots that were mashed together, and the remainder of that of the parsnips were all boiled up, mashed together to create that. And there's your chicken, which is one of our mate's chickens that we got. That was done in herbs and butter and things like that as well, and it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, that. And I'll show that another time, actually, how to create that, how to roast the perfect chicken. And then the new potatoes are there as well, which were the Jazzy and Charlotte. So there's a Jazzy and a Charlotte there. That's a Charlotte and that's a Jazzy. The little cauliflower, that's off the plot. The parsnips were off mixed plot, which are the honey roasted parsnips. And yeah, I'll show you how to make gravy as well one time, how to make the perfect gravy, or what we think is the perfect gravy as well. And that's all to come. So I hope you're enjoying the channel, hope you're enjoying the show, hope you are enjoying our organic journey. Oh yeah, the peas, yeah, I've got peas there as well. Peas are off the plot. That's the last of the peas. We got about 25 pods yesterday, and that's the last of them. That's not all the last of them, obviously, but because we got, out of the 25 pods that we got about knocking on for 200 peas out of it, and that's what we've cooked up with the rest, with the French beans and carrots on that top tier of the steamer. So yeah, happy days. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you have a cracking bank holiday weekend, this August bank holiday weekend. It is the 26th of August, the Sunday. Tomorrow we're going out, we're having a fantastic time in Rivington. And we're going to see the Chinese gardens, we're going to see the Wizard's Tower, we're going to see all these old Victorian follies that are made to look like ancient buildings. It's like Lord of the Rings, Rivington. Go up there, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this little update, because this is what it's all about. You're growing your own food, and you're eating it. You just leave it in the ground to rot, do you? Get it eaten. So goodbye from Big Daddy Farmer, and farewell from the little farmer, who's now asleep because he was knackered before anyway, but as you probably saw in the earlier sections of the video. But yeah, so he's going to be woken up any time now to eat his tea, and then he'll probably go back to bed again and dream about skateboarding and whatnot. But yeah, thanks very much. Have a cracking weekend. We love you all. Get commenting, get subscribing if you're not already a subscriber, and join the growing revolution. My name is Guru Mafinda. Happy days, and I'm having my tea. See you later.